Good morning, JR2. How are you today? Yesterday you learned about the objects, and you know that objects can be solids, liquids, or gases. Solids like pencils, chairs, desks, books, and also ice. Liquids are like water, oil, and milk. Gases are like the air we breathe. You also know that all the objects can be categorized in human-made and natural. And we know that humans often produce new objects from natural materials. Today we are going to learn more about the materials that make up the objects in our world. Okay, open page 150. We are going to see these pictures and try to know what are the materials that inside it. Okay, materials or objects can be made from wood, paper, glass, ceramic or clay, metal, plastic, cloth, and concrete. Also, there is water, plants, and soil. So if we looked at the first picture, okay, we can find concrete, wood, and plastic. Again, in the first picture, we can find concrete, wood, and plastic. Look at picture number 2. I can see plants, water, and soil. Again, in the second picture, I can see plants, water, and soil. Number 3, I can see glass, metal, and clay. Again, I can see glass, metal, and clay. Okay, if you also want to know about the materials, we must know about its properties. Okay, if I hold a paper, how can you tell me that it's a paper? You can tell me from its shape, I can see it a paper, or from its properties. What does properties mean? Properties are things we can measure or observe by using our senses. Again, properties are things we can measure or observe by using our senses. For example, the paper, I can see its properties as its texture, its color, its shape. These are its properties. Last year in Junior 1, you learned about the 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste. Okay. Before we know our 5 senses and how can we use it to know the properties, this is a picture of concrete as it's a powder. Concrete, it's a substance we use to build buildings, okay? And this is a picture for clay. Okay, now open page 151. We will learn each properties that we can observe by our senses. Okay, the first sense is sight. By using the sight, I can identify the size of the object, if it's big or small, if it's shiny or dull. I can know its shape, if it's square, circle, or oval. I can identify its color, if it's red, blue, and green, and so on. The second sense is hearing. I can use hearing to identify all the sounds. If this sound is loud or quiet, noisy or soft. Okay. The third sense is smell. By using my nose, I can smell the odors, like if it's fruity, minty, good smell or bad smell. Sense number 4 is touch. I can identify that texture. When I touch anything, I can identify its texture. If it's smooth or rough It's cold or hot? Is it dry or wet? Okay? And the last sense is taste. By this sense, I can identify if the food is salty or sour, like in lemon, or it's sweet. Okay, so we have 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste. From the sight, I can identify if the object is it big or small, its shape, is it square, circular, or oval, its color, is it red, blue, or green, is it shiny, is it dull. From hearing, I can identify sounds, if the sound is loud, quiet, noisy, or soft. And I can, in the third sense, the smell, I can identify if the odor is fruity, minty, bad, or good. The fourth sense is touch. When I touch anything, I can identify its texture. Is it rough or smooth? Is it cold or hot? Is it dry or wet? And the last sense is taste. When I taste the food, I can know if it is salty or sweet or it's sour, like in lemon. Now let's know about 5 items we can find in our classroom. Okay? Turn the page and open page 152. We're going to talk about 5 items. Pencil, desk, book, board, and window. The first one is the pencil. If you hold your pencils, we can describe it as its color is yellow, and it's solid, and it's small. And we can say that it's made of wood, rubber, and graphite. Again, if we hold our pencils, we can say that its color, for example, yellow. The pencil is solid, it's not liquid, and it's not a gas, and it's small. And we can identify that it's made of wood, rubber, and graphite. The second item is desk. If we looked at our desks in the class, we can find that its color is brown, and it's solid, and it's big, and it's made of wood. Okay? Again, the desks are brown, solid, and big, and it's made of wood. Now the third item is book. If you hold your books, you can find its color is green, and it's solid, it's not a liquid, and it's big. And also we will find that it's made of paper. Okay? The fourth item is board. The board is its color is white, and it's solid, and it's big. Also, it's made of plastic. Okay, again, the board is made of plastic. The last object is window. The window is big, and it's solid, it's not a liquid, and its color is white. Again, the window is big, and it's solid, and its color is white. And it's made of glass. Now, how can we know that all these objects are solids? Because all these items are holding its shape. All these items are holding its shape. But for example, if there is a water, can I touch the water, or can the water hold its shape? Of course not. The water can't hold its shape. The water take the shape of its container. For example, if I put a water in a cup, the water will take the shape of the cup that it's inside it. But if I put it in another bottle, the water will take the shape of this bottle. But if I hold a pencil and I put it in the cup, it will keep its shape. It won't change. And if I put it in a bottle, it will have its shape. It won't change also. Okay? Can you tell me, if I bought a cup of ice and I leave it in the sun in a hot day, Will the ice keep its shape or will it change? Let's think together. If I put an ice in a cup in the sun in a very hot day, the ice will turn into water. The ice will turn into water. We said before that the water is a liquid and the ice is a solid. Okay, so also can be in the three forms: liquid as water, solid as an ice, and we will know about how the water can be a gas, the third form. But can you describe the water? I can see, or I can say that the water is wet and it's a liquid and it's clear. So again, I can say that the water is liquid, it's wet and clear. Now, we said before that the water can be solid as an ice and liquid as a water. Can the water as a liquid can change into ice? Of course, the water can change into ice. The water as a liquid can change into ice, the solid, and this process called freezing, or this is called freezing. And also I can change the ice as a solid into water as a liquid, and this called melting. Again, the water can turn from water as a liquid into ice as a solid, and this process called freezing. And also the ice as a solid can turn or change into water as a liquid, and this process called melting. Okay, we said also that the water can be as a gas. If I put a cup of water and I leave it for some times, when I come back I will find that the water decreased. How? Where did the water go? The water now is, or the water level now is lower. Why? Because some of the liquid water escaped into the air and become water vapor. Again, some of the water escaped from the cup into the air and become a water vapor. Again, it become a water vapor. But normally we can't see the water vapor. Normally we can't see the water vapor, except if it's too much or a lot of it. For example, clouds. Clouds are a water vapor. Okay, but it's a lot of water vapor, that's why we can see it. Also, water vapor can called steam if it's hot. Again, water vapor can called steam if it's hot, like a tea kettle. If we put a water in the kettle, we will find that there is a lot of water vapor comes out of it, and it's hot, so it's called steam. It's called steam. Water vapor and steam are gases. Water vapor and steam are gases. So water can change into water vapor. Water as a liquid can change into water vapor as a gas. And water vapor also as a gas can change it into water as a liquid. So we learned that the water can be in the three forms: liquid as a water, solid as an ice, and gas as a water vapor or steam. Now open page 153. We drew a line that connect the words ice, water, and vapor or steam to the matching pictures and to the correct states of matter: liquid, gas, and solid. The first picture is a tea kettle, and we see that the tea kettle is vapor or steam, and it's a gas. Okay, the second picture is an ice. You will match it with the ice, and it's a solid. The third picture is a water as a liquid, so we will match it with water and liquid. Okay, now if I want the water to change from one form to another form, for example, if I want the water to change from the water as a liquid into ice as a solid, what should I do? I should take away heat or decrease the temperature or make it colder. Again, if I want to change the water from its form as a liquid into ice as a solid, I must decrease the heat or take away heat or make it colder. But if I want to make the water or change from the water as a liquid into a water vapor, I must give it heat or increase heat or make it hotter. Okay, now turn the page on page 154. Again, if we want to change the water from one form to another, we should change its temperature, whether if we are going to warm up or cool down, or give it heat or take it off, or increase the temperature or decrease the temperature. So if I want to change the ice into water, should I warm up or cool down? If I want to change the ice into water, I should warm up. If I put the cup of ice in a very sunny day under the sun or where the weather is hot, I will find that the ice start to melt and turn into water. So I warm it up. But if I want to change the water as a liquid into ice as a solid, I should cool it down or take away heat or decrease the temperature. I should put the water in the refrigerator and it will change into ice. Now, if I want to change the water as a liquid into a gas, as a water vapor, what should I do? I should warm it up, as we said in the tea kettle. When I put the water in the kettle and I give it heat, it will change into water vapor. But if I want to change the water vapor as a gas into water, I should cool it down. When you look at your mother while they are cooking and they hold up the cover of the pan, you will find lots of water drops. So the water vapor change it into water. How? By cool it down or take away heat or decrease the temperature. Thank you, JR2.